So when solving multi-step equations, first of all, what is a multi-step equation? It is an equation and you're gonna do more than one step. So you can rewrite equations as long as the equality is maintained. So to solve for a variable, it needs to be isolated and have a coefficient of 1. For example, here I have 2 times x minus 1 in parentheses minus 3 equals negative 14 minus 4x. Step 1 is to simplify each side of the equation. And then to avoid sign errors, I like to use the definition of subtraction to rewrite subtraction as addition. And so what this means is I am going to distribute the 2. So that's 2 times x, 2 times negative 1. So 2x minus 2 minus 3 equals negative 14 minus 4x. If I rewrite this, I have 2x plus a negative 2 plus a negative 3 equals negative 14 plus a negative 4x. And I do this especially when it's like, when I'm showing students how to do these equations for the first time, it is helpful because we often tend to mess up the negative signs and the minus sign. We don't realize it's a negative number. In other words, when you add a negative number, you're subtracting that number. So next with step 1 is I would simplify, so that becomes 2x plus negative 5 equals negative 14 plus negative 4x. Step 2, use the addition property of equality. That means whatever you add on one side, add on the other side. Because these are equations. Whatever you do on one side, you have to do on the other side because you have to keep it balanced. So minus a negative 4x on this side minus a negative 4x, which is the same as plus 4x. So we have 6x plus negative 5 equals negative 14. Next step would be to minus the negative 5 on both sides, which is the same as adding 5. Now I have 6x equals negative 9. Now I'm going to divide the 6 because it's in front of the x, because that's my coefficient. I want to get x alone. So if the variable's coefficient is an integer, that's whatever's in front of you. Use the division property, so you're dividing. And now you have x is equal to negative 3 over 2 or negative 1.5. Always check your answers. Check your answers by plugging it back in, which is the substitution property. So that's negative 1.5 and negative 1.5. Do that and you will get both sides are equal.